Guys, going to be going over the showdown picks here for AT&T Pebble Beach No-Am. Going to be going over the round 2 showdown picks here, but we're also going to be doing a recap of the first round here. So got an exciting video here. It's the first one of 2021. Going to be something I try to start doing going forward. So if this is something that you guys like and want to see, each and every kind of day, if you want, I can do that as well. Each and every round, if you want, I can do that. Or if it's just a round 2, kind of the easiest one for me personally for showdown sites, because we're targeting players that are just due to regress. A lot of the community, especially PGA DFS wise, has really not picked up on such a simple concept that if a player either exceeds their likelihood in the first round, they're most likely to regress back. And also, if a player that was like a chalk play that everyone was on, just checking all the boxes, and they struggle in round 1, they're most likely going to regress positively and have a better round. So I typically like to target the round 2 slates, especially because we get the full picture of how the tournament is played in round 1. Combine that with regression and maybe a tee time advantage or a weather advantage, which is what we have today or tomorrow. It kind of creates a significant edge, especially for, PGA DFS and showdown slates. So we'll get into it here. First ever one. Let's go. All right, so we'll start off just kind of doing a recap of the round 1. So round 1, actually pretty good. So the only player this week that was checking all the boxes because DJ withdrew is Patrick Cantlay. I even made it very evident in the player pool that I'm like, Patrick Cantlay, nobody. And then some other players that were, good plays, but really it was Patrick Cantlay or bust this week because just across the board, he was the best play. So it's no surprise that he's out there. -10, played absolutely lights out. Batia, I don't know if I got that right just yet. I'm still butchering it a little bit, but he was the last player in the 9-5 player pool. I'm not sure if you guys saw that tweet. The last value play in the player pool was Batia there, mostly just because he has some GPP upside. His game has somewhat been trending in the right direction, so obviously he's going to be someone who might regress, although he's top 20 in the model, so he might not regress too much. We just look at his round 2 rank, 151. That's really kind of been his weakness, and round 4 as well, so he might have somewhat of a fall off there. And Henrik Norlander here, he was in the player pool as well. I believe he was a high exposure play, but I have to double check that. But one thing I put in the 9-5 Discord chat this week is players that play well in the mixed conditions that we are going to see tomorrow. A mixed condition weather is windy with rain as well. So a windy condition is like plus 15 mile per hour winds. Now that typically doesn't affect the average score too much in terms of the norm. But when you factor in rain, then it starts to. So, typically when it's right around 15 mile per hour winds, I don't worry about it too much, but you factor in the rain, we see that become a little bit more significant. Henrik Norlander is actually the second best player in terms of those conditions over the last 4 years. So he could be a guy that actually has a good round 2 once again. But kind of just doing the recap still, Jordan Spieth, that was super cool to see. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Golf is just better when this dude's playing well. It's just more exciting. It's kind of the Tiger effect, but it's the Jordan effect. Honestly, I said it on the live stream, like I get a little bit more pumped up than when Jordan's playing well compared to when Tiger's played well. I don't know, it's just exciting just because Jordan's lows were a lot more lower golf career or golf, I guess career-wise, but not career-wise, just a performance-wise, if you will, where it wasn't anything injury-related or anything like that. Just he sucked for a good 2 years, so it's awesome to see him playing well again. Russell Knox, he was a quality GPP play, top 6 in the model. A lot of people ended up on him as a cash play for 9-5 Nation. Daniel Berger played well. Paul Casey played well. 2 other value plays as well, doing well. Cameron Piercy, the top value play of the week. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet about him bashing Patrick Reed, but I was pretty much just like, I got up to 15% ownership on him pretty much because of that tweet and because he was popping as a value play. Top 14 this week in the model, so it's awesome to see him doing well. Then not Tom Hoagie, it was Brandon Hagee as well. Another value play. And then Hank Lebioda doing well. Really the only worries that we have here are, I'll pull them up here, are Stuart Sink. And let's see if we're going to be going to have a good round 2 with these guys. We'll see. So Stuart Sink and Matthew Naismith there. Oh, damn it. Didn't mean to click only. All right, so we got Sink and Naismith pulled up here. So just looking at it, this could be rough for Matthew Naismith though. Just looking at though, so both these guys, they rate out well. Both top 10 stat rank plays this week. They both had a bad round one. So for Naismith, it's not that shocking. He typically does struggle in the first two rounds, and then if he makes the cut, he's been playing well. Stuart Sink, though, I kind of expect him to regress back there. These are two guys that are okay in these windy conditions as well, in these mixed conditions. So if they go on and have a good round, not going to be too shocking, but they might be a lost cause. And I'm really hoping, overall, for me personally, PGA DFS wise this week, I'm hoping that all these players here that are tied for T62, I don't want a lot of them to make the cut. Like even Will Zalatoris there, I don't want him to make the cut. If he misses the cut, that's going to be huge. But then you got some other players just right around here. It's just going to make it a much more fun week, pretty much, if there's a little bit of chaos there, which is what I'm rooting for. But let's get into the picks for round two. Once again, we're going to be searching for players that are going to be due to regress. So I'm just going to sort it by round two rank real quick. Some players don't qualify, don't have enough rounds for round two, but we look at it. So Jim Furyk, actually a pretty strong round two player. And I do want to note too as well, players that played on Pebble Beach course were phenomenal. We just look at the leaderboard. Those are the ones that are absolutely dominating. So I'm actually going to pull up the tee time specifically stating which course they play on, because that's going to be a factor, I think. Maybe not as much today or Friday's round due to the windy conditions, but it still, I think, will be a factor. So I'm going to pull that up here real quick, because I think, 50-50 decision-wise, or maybe even 60-40 split, is we want to target those players that have Pebble Beach. So we'll kind of compare both there. So round two, Pebble Beach, Sam Burns. We'll just do it group by group, because these are going to, by far, going to be the players that we want to go out and use. So we've got Sam Burns there. Let's see him. There he is. So Sam Burns, there we go, right off the bat. Probably a little bit better weather too, because he's the first tee time. 7th in round two rank, going off of Pebble Beach. He's a top 12 in the model this week, top 15 stat rank. Don't be surprised if he goes out and has a good round two there. That's just kind of how it goes. Let's see here. Denny McCarthy, Will Gordon, no. Kevin Struman, Scott Stallings, both players that were on in the player pool. Both guys that we'll pull up here. And this is where you can find where the advantage was and target it. And that's what we're doing here. So, both of them typically decent in round one and then struggle in round two. But they're both, top 10 in the model this week. So don't be surprised if they go out and have a little bit better week. A little bit shocking to see them actually struggle that much in round two. So honestly, if they go out and both have a good round two, that could mean some things are going to happen for them this week. But overall, -3 on Spyglass. Good sign there. Not exactly players we want to target, but if we can fit them in there, sure. Don't exactly go out of your way for them, but they're kind of lineup fillers. Troy Merritt was a value play that I was on this week. Let's see him here. So his best round is round two. Okay, -1. He's a guy that rated out as a value play that would be right around the cut. So he might be a value option for us. Round two, I'd be fine with that. Let's see here. Daniel Berger, pretty much just going to be locking in Daniel Berger. I already mentioned Jim Furyk. Jim Furyk's going to be decent as well, but I'll pull them both up here. And then Jimmy. So as we can see here, Daniel Berger's best round on the season so far is round two. Probably just gets familiar with the tournament. Kind of knows how he has to play that round. -5, pretty darn good, okay? But still, top 5 in the model this week. So don't be shocked if he goes out and has a good day. He's a guy that typically does play better in these conditions as well. So I don't mind him. Jim Furyk, obviously, strong in round two. Don't mind those two plays. I would say Daniel Berger is going to be a guy that we got out of our way for, and probably Sam Burns as well. Let's see other guys here for Pebble Beach. Just double check it's Pebble Beach. It is. Okay. Let's see. James Hahn, maybe. Talked about Neesmith there. Potential there. Chris Kirk played well. I actually don't mind Chris Kirk as a play. Kind of a bounce back. James Hahn and Chris Kirk. Let's pull up those two. All right, so James Hahn and Chris Kirk, we got them both right here. Both pretty solid in round 2 rank. I like that. You know, both guys that, you know, rate out pretty decently in the model, but they're both good, strong stat fits. So it's no surprise that a strong stat fit like Chris Kirk went out and had a solid round on Spyglass yesterday. I'm recording this Thursday night. James Hahn, I would expect to have somewhat of a bounce back. He's been a solid player overall. Kind of has fallen off on Sundays as we see. So don't mind him. I would expect him to regress a little bit. Obviously, as a top 15-mile rank, for him to be placed at 97th right now, we expect that to regress a little bit there. Decent in round 2 scoring as well. Let's see here. Going a little bit lower. Nothing that I really see too much. Maybe Scott Piercy. This is where we get into the kits and caboodles here, guys. Max Homa, Paul Casey, and Scott Piercy. All right, so let's pull up those guys. Kits and caboodles. I'm not a cat. I don't know if you guys saw that I'm not a cat lawyer video, but that is some good stuff. If you haven't looked it up, cat lawyer, just ooh, that's just comedy. All right, so these 3 actually kind of struggle in round 2 a little bit there. 97th for Scott Piercy, Max Homa 129, and Paul Casey 143. Wow, that's a little bit shocking, but I will say, you know, Homa struggled early on at the start of the season, and Paul Casey has been playing in some tougher events, so not too shocking, but they're all players that I do like a decent amount. They didn't exactly rate out well in the model because of either not exactly strong stat fit or not exact strong course history or lack of course history or stat fit. But these are all 3 players I would kind of just shoulder shrug and go with it. You know, I like them in the spot. Obviously, they have a better tee time, look good in round 1. Didn't exactly dominate. You know, some people might not be on them exactly. So those are going to be some picks that I'm fine with. Francesco Molinari, dude played well. That was surprising. Cameron Davis, Stuart Sink, don't mind them. Hank Lebioda, if you want to go to a value play, Hank Lebioda would be a good one. I already mentioned him. Second best value play on the 9-to-5 player pool. So I'm just going to do another sort here to see if there's any other options that we can go with here. So I'm going to do a sort by round 2 here. Oh, let's move that text box. I don't know where to put this. That's my problem. Here, we'll just throw that right there for now. Whatever. So got round 2 sorted here. And sorted by best finish. And then they need to best finish and top 20 in the model here. All right. So we got Jim Furyk standing out there, round 2 rank. Sam Burns, 7th. Patton Kizzire, now he's not playing on Pebble Beach, I don't believe. Let's just double check that. Kizzire here. Kizzire is going off of Spyglass. Okay, so I don't mind Kizzire, that'd be fine. Daniel Berger, so Daniel Berger, the 3rd best player in terms of round 2 scoring. Patrick Cantlay, I don't expect him to drop off that much. Then we got James Hahn, Stuart Sink, Joel Dahman there. Then Will Zalatoris. So I want Zalatoris to miss the cut, just in terms of making it easier on me personally. I have some of him, but if he misses a cut, that'd be huge. So let's just do another one here real quick. We'll do top 35 to top 20. See if there's any secondary options there in terms of round 2 scoring here. So Brian Harmon is the one covered up here. Not a bad play. That could work. Tringale as well. So don't really expect him to drop off too much. Chris Kirk, Charlie Hoffman, Hank Lebioda. So Hank Lebioda is kind of popping, guys. It's kind of showing to me that value-wise, he probably will make the cut here. I believe on the Discord chat that I posted as well, he was one of the guys that popped up in the mixed conditions. I'm actually going to pull that up here. Let's see. Yeah, Hank Lebioda. Let's see. I don't know. Can we see that? Can we see that kind of? Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he is the second to last player there. These are all the players in the player pool, in the 9-to-5 player pool, in the mixed conditions that I posted on the Discord chat. So nice to see that he's in there. So we got Sam Burns in this. We got Hank Lebioda, Scott Stallings, Henrik Norlander as well, Paul Casey, Struman, Jason Day. So got some names there. So Hank Lebioda is even like a good value play. I'm kind of good with that. Then overall, I'm kind of curious as to see Let's just do this one more time here. But instead of sorting it by model rank, I'm going to sort it by current place and kind of see which players in the top 20 are most likely due to regress here. Top 23, whatever. All right, so anyone here? Jordan Spieth. No, Jordan Spieth is killing it right now. I hope he doesn't regress. But don't be shocked if he does. Brandon Hagee, my third, I think, or fourth value play this week, might regress. Nate Lashley should regress. Mark Hubbard should regress. Hunter Mayhem should regress. Those are all guys that, you know, top 25 right now that are most likely due to regress. Tim Wilkinson as well. So don't be surprised if these are some players that go out and regress in a bad way for round 2. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. They won't be this long going forward. Maybe they will. Maybe this will be a live stream after round 1. Kind of just something fun to do. See how round 1 went and see the expectations for round 2. Hope you guys use this information successfully. And once again, if you guys just want to go through this, if you're a 9 to 5 member, you can easily just go ahead and, you know, let's go off of the end screen real quick. Sorry. Let's see here. Just real quick. You guys can go through this information while I'm giving it to you and select the players that you want to use for a lineup optimizer, which I've had extreme success with Showdown related players by kind of just highlighting the players that I want and having the lineup optimizer spit as many, 20 lineups or so out, showing which plays are, or which lineups are the best lineups based on the players I have selected. So kind of easier route to do that, especially for Showdown sites. It's already listed there for you guys. All right, that is all I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. All right, we're out. And as always, keep cash.